welcome back to AutoMods 9. This is episode 20. So last episode we went and got the Star EV and we automated the Never Stars. No, we didn't automate Never Stars. We automated the ATM stars. Ignore me. So at the minute of making episode 20, I'm actually still making episode 19. I don't actually have the automated ATM stars yet. You can see I've got the Starry B and the Patrick B, but I don't actually have this block. So I am in the middle of crafting all of these guys up, and the Nexium emitters that are about to finish off. I've got 3 more left. Sorry, improbable probability devices. I've got them running in the background. And this episode, I'm going to start GregTech. So if you've watched episode 19, all of this would have been done by then, because I'm still recording that episode. But I'm starting episode 20 early because I want to play some GregTech. So I'm not going to start you guys off from the Steam age because that's really boring. So I've been playing this for about an hour, and at the moment I'm just about to be crafting up my first LV circuits. So I've got 32 that are auto crafting. All I've got to get is some more rubber ingots, and then I can turn it into sheets and then make the circuits. So the setup, if you guys are wondering, is just steam, water and coal being pumped into some low pressure steam solid boilers. I'm not even going to bother upgrading into high pressure because there's just no need. These go into large bronze fluid pipes, so these have to be on the top because steam rises. This comes down and then goes into the back of all of these guys. The steam macerator makes the wood pulp. The steam compressor makes the planks. The steam extractor makes the raw rubber pulp from sticky resin that I've already got automated. And the alloy smelter makes pretty much everything. It makes the tubes, it makes the red alloy ingots, and the rubber sheets and the rubber ingots. So what I've been doing is I've pretty much been speeding these guys up, and then just speeding this guy up, and just watching it power through, and I've basically been doing that the whole time. Right, I think this should be every pattern for now. And then all I need to do is I need to make a bunch of tin plates in bulk. Oh, I don't have any tin. I've got loads of oh, that gives me loads of tin. Gave me 5k. Damn. I'm just gonna make up a bunch of tin plates. And then I need wrought iron plates as well. There's gotta be a way that I can farm this. No, I think this is oh, this is gonna be annoying because I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I assumed that most of the ores from GregTech I'd be able to automate from from like mystical agriculture and stuff like that. But I guess not. So I think that's gotta be everything. There we go, there's 50 plates. So now we can start making these. There we go, there's a steam turbine generator. And the next thing we're gonna need is probably a bender, I would say. I'm going to set these guys up this side. Let's set the bender up here. I think it's circuit 1 for plates, or is it 2? Oh, it hasn't even got any power. I forgot. Or is it a battery buffer that we want? No, it's an energy converter. That's it. So the 16 amp energy transformer should be able to let us use our infinite energy that we got from the ATM star. Should allow us to use it with GregTech. That way we don't have to power everything by ourselves. We don't have to level our power infrastructure too much. I think we put this on the green side. Or do we put it on the red side? It needs to convert EU to, no, FE to EU. There we go, FE to EU. So now I should be able to put this here. Yeah, look, now it's got full of energy. So all I need now is, what kind of wire do we use in LV again? Why is this not powering? Alright, so I've now got cables instead. Should work. Oh, I think maybe this is the wrong way around. Yeah, there we go. So now that we have the bender, we want to get the wire mill next. Oh, so that's the bender set up and automated. So now we can go for the wire mill. And then now we have the wire mill. And now we're going to take all of the wires out of here. So we're going to leave this wire mill on 16. So we're only going to make the fat ones. And then if we want to make smaller ones, we can craft them down, not up. Alright, so that's all the wires sorted now. And what else do we want after this? So lathe makes the rods, extractor. Yeah, we'll probably need that. I had my mic muted for ages and didn't realise. But next I want an extruder, because the extruder will be able to make me all of the plates that I need. So like rubber plates, polyethylene plates, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so we just got both of them, the assembler and the extruder. The extruder I'll place there, assembler I will place there. So now for the extruder, we're going to put a casting mold. Oh my god, these are MV. No. Oh. Well, I just wasted my time on that. Oh, that's annoying. So the only one I can do is a fluid solidifier. And then to make that, I need a chemical reactor. To make the pulp, I can centrifuge it. Ooh. Yes. I can make a centrifuge. I think that's what I'll do next. With this final assembler, I have officially removed the need for rubber sheets. So this assembler will go here, and then I need some more. So I've been working at this for sort of like 10 minutes or something like that. I will explain to you the way that it works in a second. So basically, this pattern I will change now, the conveyor module, to be the assembler one with liquid rubber. And this needs to go on circuit 1, hence the reason that I've built a second assembler, because this one will stay on circuit 1. This assembler is just a anything can be made on this one basically. Do you know what? I think I actually wasted my time doing this. I think I could have I think the unlimited recipes, like the ones that don't need a circuit, I think they can still be made in circuited recipes. I think. I'll have to check that out, because I'm not actually sure. And if that is the case, I've just absolutely wasted my time, which is jarring. But, you know, it is what it is. That's the point of GregTech. I mean, you waste time, don't you? Let me check this out, actually. So this is circuit 1. Let me check if this gets made in here, in circuit 1. and this is going to sound bad, but I really hope it doesn't, because that means I've just wasted the last sort of hour. Actually, let me just take this out. Let me just switch this one to circuit 1 and then have a look. Oh my god, it does work. Oh, I can't believe it. I just wasted my time with that assembler. Oh my god. So I could have done this literally the whole time. Could have just chucked that in there. Oh man. I can't believe I didn't know that. I mean, I guess you learn something new every day, I guess. So now I should have completely eliminated the need for any of these guys now. Which, if that's the case, let's make a alloy smelter. There we go. The alloy smelter can go there. Make red alloy. And then all we need now is a macerator, a compressor. We could probably go move up to thingy now anyway. Let's craft the new circuit board, which is the phenolic circuit board. And then we can make the printed circuit board, which is just going to use silver wire. And what else do we need to do? That'll get us here. So we need to go the diode route, so we need to start mixing. So again, I just wasted more time. I was just crafting up a stack of 16 times red alloy, because I saw that it was a superconductor. What I didn't realize was it's a superconductor for ULV, not LV, which is really annoying. The superconductor for LV is this manganese phosphide, which gets made in, I believe it's just a EBF. Yeah, I think the only way is an EBF. Which you mix it with, well, that's just to speed it up, but to actually make it, you need to mix phosphorus and manganese, which I guess we could make a passive line for, but I don't know because we might be in LV soon, MV soon, sorry. Oh, you can electrolyze apatite for calcium, chlorine, and phosphorus. Anyway, I've gone ahead and made up a bunch of stuff. So I've got another converter, compressor, macerator, and that's so that I can just completely get rid of this over here. And then the only thing I need left is this alloy smelter. That is crafting up. Apparently it just needs some plant balls, but that is a mistake in the pattern. I actually need to change that. To remove plant balls, because that's only a chance output, and we don't want chance outputs to be registered in AE. So if I just close that. All that needs to do is make cables now. That's the alloy smelter. I've got this so that I can just use this one to only make these. All these need to be on blocking mode. Now I should be able to just completely get rid of this setup. Alright, we've just automated tin because we're going to most likely need quite a bit of it. So now we're purely in LV. So what I need to do now is I need to set up a passive line for gallium arsenide. And if I remember correctly, I think it's kind of like chance output, I think, for arsenic. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a play around with this processing line, and yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'll probably put it behind this, maybe, actually. Yeah, I think I'll put it behind this. I built this beginner salt processing line. I am expanding it. I'm going to get a thermal centrifuge and a macerator. So my aim is to get, is it sodium bisulfate? Yeah, and you can get sodium bisulfate by chemical reacting salt. Nope, is that here? I think that's this one, yeah. And you can use sulfuric acid from Mechanism, which is amazing because I think I've got quite a lot. Well, I can easily make it anyway from Mechanism. So I'm just going to process this, that way I can get a bunch of salt. Because I don't think Mechanism salt works. Oh my god, it does. Wait, what the hell? Did I even need to do any of this? How do you make Mechanism salt? You can get it from a salty bee. Oh well, I don't care. I'm going to do this the GregTech way, because that is what we're playing. So this will go into a thermal centrifuge. And it's got a chance of borax dust. And another chance of borax and rock salt. Oh, don't tell me the server went down. Okay, so the server is actually okay. It's my game that's broke, I think. Should have another bee over here. Yes, we do. So I'm going to let them out. Got some salty bees. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to go through like the mechanism sort route, but this is going to take way longer than I wanted. So it's not that I don't have a choice. It's just so much more optimal at the minute, especially with like the infrastructure that I've already got. Alright, so we've got renewable salt now. This setup, you know, I mean, it's fine. It does what it does, doesn't it? But now we need to mix this with sulfuric acid, which we can get from Mechanism. I believe it said that. So we need liquid sulfuric acid from Mechanism. Right, we're gonna make a little sulfuric acid setup in the ATM dimension, because we've already made a little setup over here, so I'm just gonna use the same sort of spot. Alright, I've just whipped up this quick little sulfuric acid setup. It obviously comes from sulfur, so we'll just get a little bit more going in there. So this has currently got 13 buckets, so I think I'll let this run in the background, and I'll go and get started on my other setup. Let's chuck a little bit more in there, because it will work in the background. And all of this is completely automated as well, except the actual sulfur dust, but it's not like that will be too difficult, because this all just comes from water. Went and tried it and it didn't work, so I've had to condense this into liquid sulfuric acid instead. I'm gonna just use up everything that I've got here. 60 buckets is enough for me for now. Hopefully this works, otherwise I've just wasted my time. Oh, and it's working. Yes. Alright, now we just need gallium dust. Okay, no, so we need to electrolyze it to make sodium persulfate. I don't think I have an electrolyzer. So in this chemical reactor, this is where we make sodium bisulfate with the hydrochloric acid and salt. And it comes over here to sodium bisulfate, gets electrolyzed into hydrogen gas and sodium persulfate liquid. And then the sodium persulfate is going to come over here. So I've changed this setup. I've just removed everything, and I'm going to replace the ore washer with a chemical bath. That's going to sit right here. And see, it's filling up with sodium persulfate. So this will give a chance output, which I don't really care about too much. So purified sphalerite will go to the left. Let me just mute this. I'm going to wait for the chance output so I can put it up top. Yeah, there we go. So zinc dust, which I believe is the only chance output. Yeah, it is. So that makes zinc dust as a byproduct. Oh, I knew it gave stone. Oh my days, man. Right, so these byproducts come up top, and then this can send everything over here. And then this is where we get the gallium byproduct, hopefully. So the gallium dust will go up top. And over here, the output we get is sphalerite. Alright, so I've just passived distilled water in a distillery. I had to get a forge hammer as well, so that I was able to make these long rods, which would be able to make these copper springs. So the way that I'm going to get arsenic is I'm going to go through the Realgar processing chain. Alright, so this is the setup I've made. This is pretty much what I made in a Moni factory as well. So this processing line comes from sphalerite and ends up giving me gallium. This processing line comes from realgar, which obviously ends up giving me realgar dust. You also get a byproduct of antimony and you get these gems. So I'm waiting to get an exquisite so that I can put that up there as well, because you will eventually need them. I think it's for lenses, I think. But then you'll have to make an emerald version and I think a lapis version or something like that. So I'm going to have to repeat this setup a couple times. So we've now got the gallium arsenide. We've got 2 gallium arsenide. And this obviously is going to go towards the diode, which is where you need the thing. I think we'll go ahead and make a polyethylene line next because we will need that. So I think before I finish up here, I'm going to go ahead and get the EBF. How can I get copper and nickel? Oh, it's literally just copper and nickel. I don't have a lot of nickel, so I will probably go and passive that. There we go. There's some nickel in there. So let's just make up 1 copper nickel ingot to start, just so that we can get the achievement. Now we need to make the EBF. For some reason I can't save the copper nickel coil or the heatproof invar casing. Alright, let's go ahead and make all of these guys then. Fortunately, all of these recipes for these pretty much all use assemblers, and I'm trying to dodge using crafting recipes like this purely because it ends up with NBT issues and you end up getting hundreds and hundreds of items duplicating. For example, if I look at my ore hammer, look at how many ore hammers I've got because there was just NBT problems. So I'm just going to build up a bunch of assemblers, change all of the circuits. So this one will be circuit 2. And then all of these patterns can go in there because these are all the ones for circuit 2. And then I'm just going to have to keep on doing that and flooding everything with assemblers, I think. Yeah, that's unfortunately what I'm going to have to do. Right, I've just been talking and my mic was muted. I've gone ahead and named all of the pattern providers. So I can do assembler 6 and it comes up. That's all the ones that use circuit 6. I can do assembler 1 and they all come up. So just to make it a little bit easier, I've also gone ahead and made a pattern for the EBF. So you can see if I want to make that, it tells me exactly what I'm missing. All of that outputs to this chest right here, which I might actually remove that and make different barrel over here, just so that it's a bit closer to where I am. Yeah, I might put it right here. So now we're just sitting here waiting on these guys to make liquid rubber. This is so slow, man. I need MV machines ASAP. Need an LV centrifuge. My days. Right, so we've got everything now. The only thing we need is polyethylene, which is something. I mean, it's quite an annoying recipe, but I remember I set this up in Moni factory with 5 machines. I just can't remember how. I honestly can't remember. I can do air and ethylene. Air, I think you get from a gas collector, yeah. Ethylene, I can get that from distilling. Oh, can I use crude oil? So you can get lightly steam cracked heavy fuel. I think I can maybe get these guys from crude oil. Yeah, I can distill it into sulfuric naphtha. And sulfuric naphtha. I need to make ethylene from this somehow. Alright, so I've come across this, right? So I can use crude oil. Oh no, I hope I can use crude oil for this. Oh crap. So I can use crude oil in a distillery. I'm going to get sulfuric light fuel from that. I can then chemical react that with hydrogen to make hydrogen sulfide and light fuel. I can take that light fuel, put that in a chemical reactor with liquid steam or just normal steam, and then that will make severely steam cracked light fuel. I can take that into another distillery and I can distill that on circuit 10 to get 250 millibuckets of ethylene. Then I can chemical react the ethylene and where is it? Right there. Mix the ethylene and the oxygen to make polyethylene. So that is what I'm going to have to go and do now. Alright, this should work. So this should start pushing into here. Oh crap, wrong one. Oh crap, I messed up already. How do you make sulfuric light fuel? Oh crap, it's on circuit 2. Alright, so I've messed up already. Just crafting up a fluid cell so that I'm able to get rid of this heavy fuel. How do I get it out? There we go. And now we need I don't know how many buckets we need. It's 2 buckets and 12 buckets of light fuel. We're going to attempt to recycle this if I've done the filters correctly. I'm not sure that I have. So this gets chemical reacted to make light fuel. Light fuel gets chemical reacted with steam on circuit 3. And that gets distilled. That gets distilled on 10. And that creates ethylene. Then to create the polyethylene, it needs to be reacted again with air. So I need another chemical reactor. Like standard GregTech, we ran into a problem. So the polyethylene setup is working, and it's working nicely. See here, I've got ethylene at the end. All I need to do is mix this ethylene with oxygen because I forgot I'm in the void. So I can't actually get air. I put a gas collector up there, but it wasn't like actually doing anything because I'm in the void. I'm not in the overworld, which is annoying. But saving grace is oxygen. So I thought about using like my own oxygen setup from Mechanism, but I can't do that because Mechanism's oxygen is a gas and GregTech's is a liquid, so it won't take it. So I was looking through the quest book and we have this passive oxygen line, which we can go forge hammer, arc, macerator, centrifuge, and then silicon dioxide in an electrolyzer. So let's build this. And bang, we have completely passive polyethylene. I've got 117.9 buckets and completely passive oxygen, which is right here. No, this is steam. Where the hell's the oxygen? Right here. 280 buckets already. Oh my god. So, let me run you through everything. We have crude oil, which comes from the B over there. That goes into a distillery and makes sulfuric light fuel. That sulfuric light fuel, that goes into a basic chemical reactor with sulfuric light fuel and hydrogen gas, and that creates light fuel. The light fuel moves over to the right, as you can see, and the hydrogen sulfide moves up to the top. The hydrogen sulfide gets electrolyzed again, and loops straight back round, puts the hydrogen gas back inside, and creates some sulfur as a byproduct. The severely steam cracked, so light fuel goes in here and makes severely steam cracked light fuel, which again moves over. And I've actually forgot what it mixes with here. Oh yeah, it's just a distillery, sorry. So yeah, so this gets distilled into ethylene. Ethylene comes over with an oxygen gas, which is created from this setup behind me. And then it creates liquid polyethylene. So, I mean, look at all of this so far, and we're still in LV. So I should now be able to create the EBF. Nope. All I need is one more assembler. Make assembler circuit 5. Alright, I've just started making the EBF now. I've got the final assembler, which is assembler number 5. And you can see it's crafting up through here. This is going to take a little bit of time, but then everything should get placed straight into this barrel. Ah, what a video. I do love GregTech, man. I absolutely love GregTech. And it's done. When it's like this, that means it is basically done. So I can cancel this off. We can take everything out. But now let's go ahead. And where are we going to build this EBF? I think right here. And there we have it. The EBF. It's just powered by this converter that goes into 8x cable straight into the hatches. Oh, what an episode. So, to briefly show what we've done, we've made pretty much every LV machine you could find. We've completely automated arsenic and real gar. We've got the EBF. We've fully automated oxygen and polyethylene. Now we should be ready to move into MV next episode. So that was pretty quick. And also, while we've been doing all of this, everything for the star is ready except the antimatter. So this would be the end of episode 19 as well as 20. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and get ready for next episode in MV.